Okay, welcome everyone. A good Erev Shabbos as we learn the Mishna Yomis for this Erev Shabbos Parshas B'chukosai, Shabbos Chazak, and we are learning the last Mishnah in the 8th parak of Sotah and the first Mishnah in the 9th parak of Sotah. That's amazing. The 9th parak of Sotah is the final parak of Sotah, and we learn, as always, sponsored by the Fish family, Lishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avram Alevi Perel Bas Ruben. Then the Shama should have an Aliyah. We also learn Lila Nishmas Avram Yeshaya ben Shmaryo Yosef. For Shalema for Eliyahu Moshe Mechai Sarah. For the schus of Avram and Yom Benish ben Malki Yehudis and family by Yoel Klugman and family for their Gezund Parnas and Nachas Meir ben Chai Sarah. Mordechai ben Shifra, Toiba Bas Leah, they should have Refu Shalema, B'Seich Shar Chayli Yisrael. So we said that the Kayin Meshuach Muhammad makes an announcement that people that were engaged but they didn't get a chance to live with their Kala for a year, people that had a house, they didn't inaugurate it, people that had a vineyard, but they didn't use it in the 4th year yet, so they could turn back from the ranks of battle. However, now, an important qualification. When do we say this? B'milchemes harishus. That's a optional battle. An optional battle is like when David HaMelech fought Aram Tzova and Aram Narayim to annex more territory to Eretz Yisrael. Or another optional battle is to attack an enemy to weaken them so that they shouldn't be a threat. Aval b'milchemes mitzvah, but if it's a milchama, that's a mitzvah, and that would be against Amalek, or it would be when Yeshua was conquering the land, or if it would be an enemy that's attacking us, then Akol Yotzim, everybody goes, Afilu Chasen Mechedrei, even a groom leaves the bridal chamber, V'kala Mechupasa, and the kala, of course, a woman doesn't fight, Ish Darka Lichbaish, and Ish Darka Lichbaisha, but the kala would be doing the supply chain to supply food and water to the troops. Rabbi Yehuda, in essence, agrees with the halach of the Talmud Kama. The only thing is that Rabbi Yehuda classifies a preventive battle to weaken the enemy not as a milchemes rishus, but as a milchemes mitzvah. So Rabbi Yehuda Bamed that they turn back, that's the milchemes mitzvah. Now, by classifying a preventive battle as a milchemes mitzvah, that means that when engaged in such a battle, a person is oisik b'mitzvah and he's part of a mitzvah acharis. Aval b'milchemes chayva, that's what the Tanna Kama called the milchemes rishos. He calls it milchemes chayva, an obligatory war, like if the enemy is attacking us, or against Amalek, or like when Yeshua was conquering the land. Then Akol Yotzin, everybody goes out. Afilu Chasen Mechedrei, even a Chasen from his chamber. V'kala Mechupasa, and a Kala from her chuppah. Now we start the final parak of Sotah, and by the way, that means that if you would like to sponsor the next Masechta, the Masechta of Gittin, 718-916-3100, I mention it every day. It's really a wonderful schus every day, 2 Mishnas a day for the entire Masechta, and it's of course heard in TorahAnytime.com and Kol Lashon, and on YouTube, on Facebook, on all over the place. So it's really a big schus. 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. So all those Mishnayos, weeks and weeks and weeks for $1,000. So please let me know if you're interested in sponsoring. The first Mishnah in the 9th parak, Egla Arufa. Now, Egla Arufa is a rare ceremony because by Klal Yisrael, murder is very, very, very rare. If there is a unsolved homicide, so the city which is closest brings a heifer and breaks its neck and does the ritual of saying Yodenu lo shafchu dam hazeh, we're not guilty of this blood. So that ceremony has to be done b'Lashon HaKodesh, in Hebrew. Shenemar, now, it happens to be that in the psukim that delineate what's said. It says anu va'amru, and if remember we learn out that it also says anu va'amru by the curses of our Grizim and our Abel, just like over there it's Hebrew, so here also it has to be the holy tongue. Shenema ki matzei chalal ba'adama, if you find a corpse in the land, v'yatzu zekeinecha v'shavtecha, your elders and your judges. Now the combination of elders, that means zekana chacham, it has to be chacham. When it adds shavtecha, it means one of the biggest from the Sanhedrin Agadol Yerushalayim. So we know three because the Keinecha and Shavtecha are plural. So miyat rabbim mishnayim, and you can have a bezdin shakel equal bezdin shakel. So that's three. So shloishim a bezdin Agadol Sheb Yerushalayim, three from the bezdin Agadol Yerushalayim. Hayu yotzim would go out for this ritual. Rabbi Yehuda says, you're right about everything that you said, but we darshan, as the Taisyantu says, the extra vav of vishavtecha to tell us two more, and you can't have a bezdin shakel of four, that's why it's five. So Rabbi Yehuda Chamisha, shenem is a keinecha shnayim, two is, elders are two, vishavtecha shnayim. Now shavtecha is needed to tell us the from the bezdin hagadol, but the vav tells us another two, so that's four. But ein bezdin shakel, you can't have an even bezdin because you have to be able to vote and not be deadlocked. We add another one, and that makes five. As always, I want to thank you for joining us. By the way, if you listen to this shir on Kol HaLashon, you don't have to go through the regular switchboard. There's a dedicated line for this shir, 718-906-2741. So that's a I think that's the number. It might be 6741, but one of those numbers is a dedicated number for the Kol HaLashon Mishnayos. We want to thank you very much for joining us. If you would like to participate in our Zoom Daf Yomi, Matzah Shabbos, shir is 10:35, and you go to zoomdaf.com. Also, by the way, I want to make a mention that those that are looking to enhance their marriage, it's very, very worthwhile to watch yourself or with your spouse, with your wife, my shiurim that are on TorahAnytime.com. I recommend very much a shir called The Marriage Workshop, and also a shir called Making Our Marriage Sweeter. Those are two excellent shiurim which you could listen together with your wives and benefit from enormously. Always remember that Reb Chaim Vital said that you could tell the caliber of a person by how they treat their wife. Very important. Give your wife your undivided attention when you spend time with her. That's very important. Don't multitask when you're with your wife. That's your wife deserves, remember it says in the Ksuba, eflach va'okir, I will work and I will cherish. Cherish means to give her your undivided attention. Don't multitask when you're with your wife. That's just one little piece of information, but give a look at my shiurim. There's a lot to learn. All of us could learn, myself included. Again, if you would like to sponsor a share, 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. I'm going to be doing now for the Shabbos table in a few minutes. If you're listening, you could join me for that and check it out on Bechukaisa, which, by the way, you could learn even if it's after Shabbos. It's going to have very important details about tefillah. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful Shabbos.